Swirling, twirling, whirling, too. Make me smart with a bibbly-boo. Hello, year 2.
So let's explain the story together. The title of the story is A Magical Muddle. What is muddle? Muddle is a state of confusion, like a mess. Good. Now, how did it start? Well, student witches were sitting in class at Cobweb School for Young Witches. They had a very strict teacher called Miss Brewer. And Miss Brewer informed them that the head witch will be coming to inspect the school and that they must behave properly. Good. Then what happened? Tabitha wanted to impress the head witch. So she decided to go to the library at playtime where she found a spell book. And in that spell book, she found a brain box spell, a spell that would make her really, really smart. What was the spell again? Swirling, twirling, whirling, too. Make me smart with a bibbly-boo. But then she heard someone outside and she was not allowed to be inside at playtime. So she had to memorize the spell real quick and run away. And when no one was looking, she started to cast the spell. Now the problem was she made a mistake. Instead of bibbly-boo, she said dibbly-doo. And because of that, she was transformed into a cat. Miss Brewer got really mad at her. Then, at lunchtime, her friend Mimi decided to help her by casting the spell on herself. But once more, she made a mistake. Instead of bibbly-boo, she said wibbly-woo. So Mimi was also transformed into an animal, a zebra. So Miss Brewer got really mad at them. Then what happened? Their friend Agnes also offered to help by casting the spell on herself. And again, Agnes made the same mistake as her two friends. Instead of bibbly-boo, she said bibbly-hoo. So she was transformed into an animal as well. In the picture, we see a turtle. So she was transformed into a turtle, obviously. Again, Miss Brewer got really, really mad. After that, Freya offered to help by casting the spell on herself. But again, she made a mistake. Instead of bibbly-boo, she said wibbly-roo. After that, Beatrix did the same, and she made a mistake. Instead of bibbly-boo, she said gibbly-goo. Soon, the whole class was turned into animals, and Miss Brewer got really, really mad. Then what happened? She decided to cast a spell as well to help everyone out. But while she was casting the spell, she sneezed. Uh-oh. So she was turned into a giraffe. And at that specific moment, the head witch walked in. And she started to laugh, surprisingly. Then, what happened? Well, Miss Brewer stopped looking very worried, and the head witch asked them to turn her into a unicorn. And Tabitha offered to help. Excellent. Now let's review the story one more time, but this time using the story map. So, student witches were sitting in class and Miss Brewer informed them that the head witch will be coming to inspect the school. Right? That's the first picture. Then, Tabitha decided to impress the head witch. So she went to the library and found a brain box spell. but she didn't have time to memorize it properly. So when she tried to cast the spell on herself, she made a mistake and was turned into a cat. Now her friend Mimi decided to help by casting the same spell on herself. But again, she made a mistake. And she was turned into a zebra. After that, Agnes decided to help. And she made the same, but she made a mistake as well. And she was turned into an animal, a turtle. One by one, their friends tried to help, and one by one they were turned into animals in this picture. Then Miss Brewer, the teacher, decided to help, but while she was casting the spell, she sneezed and was turned into a giraffe. At that specific moment, the head witch walked in, but surprisingly, she laughed and asked them to turn her into a unicorn. And Tabitha decided to help. Now let's talk about the characters. Who's this? Miss Brewer, the teacher, the strict teacher. Good. Tabitha, the main character who decided to impress the head witch. Good. And that's Freya, a friend who tried to help. Another friend was Agnes. That's Beatrix. Mimi. Good. And that is the head witch who was coming to inspect them. Now let's talk about today's objective. I can act out the story. How are you going to do that? First of all, pick a character and a mask. Just one character. Look at these masks. Just one character. Good. Then, review the story. Think about what you're going to say and how you're going to say it. Think about your voice. So, for example, Tabitha would talk like this. Swirling, twirling, whirling too. Just like a child. Make me smart like a bibbly boo. Right? What about Miss Brewer? Miss Brewer is the witch. Well, Tabitha is a witch as well, but Miss Brewer is older, way older. Can you hear the difference? So, again, choose your mask, your character, what you're going to say, your voice, and also your movements. How are you going to move? Think about it. What are you going to do? How are you going to move? And give it a try at home.
To be continued.